Welcome to Integrated Systems Europe 2024. ISE is the largest integration systems show in the world, right here in Barcelona. Andrew, can you talk to us about how you're positioned in the ProAV broadcast market?
Well, Macnica is a component supplier and a developer of SDKs and tools for manufacturers that are looking to make IPMX and SMPTE 2110 products in the marketplace. So we've had a long history in the broadcast world, and then about, I'd say like 3-4 years ago, we really invested ourselves into the ProAV market as well, because we found that really, if you think about it, we always kind of talk about ProAV and broadcast, but our kind of observation is that maybe another way to look at it would be more like live production and presentation, right? And this show, there's plenty of presentation around here, but oh my gosh, there's a lot of live production as well. And so we're finding a tremendous amount of synergy between the two markets, and a lot of excitement from manufacturers with IPMX open standards and AV over IP generally.
And on that note, what kind of trends are you seeing with regards to your technology in the industry?
Well, I mean, it starts with IPMX. So IPMX is a completely open standard, not owned by Macnica or really anybody else. It's an open standard that's developed by AIMS, VSF, and AMWA, based on SMPTE 2110 for AV over IP in the marketplace. So what's really awesome about IPMX is that because it's based on SMPTE 2110, there's a tremendous amount of crossover possible now between the broadcast workflows or the live production workflows and the ProAV presentation workflows. So with IPMX, you're seeing a lot of interesting new applications develop. You're seeing a lot of crossover and synergies with different product categories kind of mixing together. Now IPMX is not completely completed yet, but at this show, the base core standards have been now ratified they've gone from the draft recommendations now to finalized. So now people are starting to really develop IPMX products. And in fact, the test event that made those documents go into the finalized status was just last week. And there were 5 different implementations of IPMX there. And so we're seeing a lot of industry pickup and a lot of industry momentum behind IPMX.
And so what are you showcasing here this year at ISE?
Well, we have an entire suite behind us here of different components. We have a SoC that is the smallest, least expensive implementation of IPMX available. It's a complete chip that has a full stack IPMX, including MMOS, processing power to run the device. So the ME10 is very exciting. And then we also have SMPTE 2110 and IPMX IP for those that want to use their own FPGA or their own hardware platform. And then we have the M2S SDK that is basically a very easy to use, very simple, but very high performance, low latency SDK for SMPTE 2110 and IPMX. So for developers developing on Windows or Linux, and on multiple different NIC cards, they're able to support IPMX and SMPTE 2110 without having to do it themselves. So, yeah.
And just tell us a little bit more about your latest developments.
Well, this year, what we've done is we've taken our ME10 and our software, and we've developed made a reference design that we've developed into an actual product, a gateway product, as an example of sort of a quintessential IPMX device, right? So it's not the most expensive thing out there in the world, but like 80-90% of the market out there is using these gateway devices to just take HDMI and bring it onto the network as IPMX. So what we've done is we've taken our SoC and we've developed that whole product to give people a real life example of an IPMX product that they can actually then use as a reference design for their own product, or as a starting point for their own product.
And who are you targeting with this, and what do you see as the prospective use cases?
Well, manufacturers that are interested in open standards, they want to see the market grow. They want to see, they want to see a standard develop so that we can, have more interoperability in our industry. So that would include, anybody doing AV over IP today, or anybody making, little throwdown boxes that you see all over in our industry. And also, we're seeing a lot of interest from larger manufacturers that are really looking for something that's an open standard. They don't have to rely on a single manufacturer to make that chip or to drive that product. They want an open standard. So those are the ones that are really interested in what we have to offer, because we're so we have all the tools you need if you're going to write software or if you're going to make hardware on IPMX. That's would be our customers. Yeah.
So on that note, what do you think the future holds for the company?
Well, as IPMX gets closer to ratification, which I think is kind of feels like it's imminent. We've been going very fast with it, but people are very excited. They want to see it done. I think once the standard is truly totally complete and people are able to put IPMX products out there, I think you're going to see tremendous change in the industry, because that, as I mentioned, with IPMX and SMPTE 2110 being so closely related, you're going to see a lot more creativity with video in the ProAV industry, and a lot more innovation, with applications and with the things that the customers actually use, and not so much innovation, people innovating and they keep churning on the transport technology. We want an open standard that everybody agrees on, so that our industry can move forward and expand and grow. And I think IPMX, it feels inevitable. Of course, we have to finish the work, but if it goes as planned, I think it's going to have a huge impact on the industry.
Very exciting times. Thank you so much, Andrew.
Yeah, thank you very much.